And for more on this, we are joined now by Associate Professor Robert Kelly from Busan National University in South Korea. He specializes in U.S. foreign policy as well as security issues in the region. Professor Kelly, now let's start with what the system is all about and what it's capable of doing.
Down high-altitude missiles as they come in towards a target. In the case of North Korea has been developing ballistic missiles that will go quite high up and then come down at their target. As the missile is coming in, it's going faster and faster. And so more powerful and more advanced technological missiles are designed, anti-missiles are designed to shoot these things down than what the South Koreans have. And that's what the U.S. has been sort of pushing South Korea to do now for a decade.
THAAD is a defense system, isn't it? And both sides have already said that system will only be used to counter the threat from North Korea. So why would China be concerned about something that South Korea is using to protect itself?
I actually think it's a very good question. I think the Chinese are sort of playing a bit of a game here. I don't actually think that THAAD damages or hurts China in any way. I think the Chinese are primarily concerned really about sort of a deepening American military presence in the region. The Chinese have claimed that THAAD could be used against their own intercontinental ballistic missiles or something like that. I think this is highly unlikely. THAAD is actually meant to hit missiles as they're coming in towards their target. So unless China was going to strike South Korean cities, it wouldn't be used against them. The Chinese nuclear deterrent is really aimed at the American continental United States, which, where missile defense is a different issue. So I actually think this is something of a red herring by the Chinese. I think the real concern is just to keep the Americans at a small presence in South Korea.
And China did say that deployment will seriously damage regional security in the region. Will this lead to some sort of an arms race?
Well, to be honest, there's already something of an arms race insofar as North Korea simply won't pull over. To the South Koreans' credit, they really held their fire on the issue of missile defense for a long time. People who do what I do have been saying for 15 years that South Korea needs some kind of roof, some kind of way to shoot down inbounds, and it really doesn't have that. It has sort of small systems, but nothing that really can stop sort of the larger missiles that North Korea has been working on for a while. So again, this is where I'm just not quite sure what the Chinese are looking for. What do they expect the South Koreans to do? To just sort of just keep going without any kind of protection whatsoever? We expected the Chinese were going to help sort of rein in the North Korean program, and they haven't done that. So I don't really see that the South Koreans have much choice. They're sort of naked without this.
North Korea just said that the latest sanctions slapped on leader Kim Jong-un by the U.S. are a declaration of war. What's so significant about these sanctions, and will it act on its threats?
Yeah, this is a distinct issue. The U.S. Treasury Department and the State Department have decided that Kim Jong-un himself will now be personally sanctioned. The United States has not traditionally done this, in part because we want to avoid sort of the personalization of foreign policy. Assassinations, for example, are illegal in the United States. Right. But it's pretty clear increasingly that Kim Jong-un sort of runs the state as sort of like a criminal kind of autocratic enterprise. And I think that there's been pressure growing since the North Koreans, again, like I said before, they just won't pull over on the nuclear program. So I think there's pressure growing to keep sort of hitting the North Koreans, keep sanctioning them in order to try to get better behavior. And I think that's what this is.
All right, Professor Kelly, thank you very much for speaking to us. That was Associate Professor Robert Kelly speaking to us live from Busan.